What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Y'all, I got y'all with the dribble tutorial today. Y'all see the hand cam, it says disconnected right now, but it's gonna be on for the tutorial. I'm just doing the intro and then I'll connect it. But yeah, y'all see the thumbnail, y'all see the title. Everybody's been asking for a hand cam tutorial, so I finally got y'all. I finally figured out how to do it. So I'm gonna show you guys the basics, like Sigs, or moves you don't need Sigs for, like momentums, misdirections, stuff like that. And then I'm gonna do a rundown of my Sigs, how I use them. And then I'm gonna get into my hop jumper, the Eric Gordon, all that stuff. And then at the end, I'm gonna show you guys some glitch moves. But first, before we do anything, you're gonna wanna put these Sigs on. These are the Sigs I'm gonna use for the tutorial. This is what I've been using. So the go-to shot, spin jumper, hop jumper, don't forget that. And then copy all these, unless you wanna use your own Sigs. But for the tutorial, I'm gonna be using these. This is what I always use. So just copy these if you wanna move like me. Alright, so like I said, to start, it's just going to be the basics, the things you don't need any sort of Sigs for. So if you know all this stuff, you could skip to the next part. But this is just going to be like momentums, misdirections, and the hop back. So that's pretty much the moves you could do without Sigs. So that's why I wanted to do this first. So for the momentum, if you don't know, you just want to flick up like that. So you get that little animation right there. And then once you do that, start holding turbo and then hold your left stick straight to the right. So like that. And then if the ball's in this hand, flick up so you get that, then hold turbo and left stick straight to the left. So just like this. It's a little trickier than in last year's, but once you get it down, it's pretty easy. And then next, we got misdirections. So this is my favorite misdirection right here. This is the one I use all the time. And for this one, it's pretty simple. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. But for this one, you're just going to want to flick bottom right, and then start holding turbo and then flick bottom left. So you're going to be flicking twice. So bottom left or bottom right like that without turbo. And then once you go bottom right, start holding turbo and go bottom left. So you get that. And then reverse for this side. So pretty easy, right? You guys can see the hand cam. Then another misdirection is this one right here. I like using this one a lot. So for this one, it's pretty similar, but instead of down, you're going to flick towards the same ball hand. So with your right stick, flick to the left, and then start holding turbo, and then flick it to the right. So like that. So pretty easy, right? And then another thing I like to do out of this is if you get, depending on which one you get, if you get the fast one, let me show you guys what it looks like. That one right there, you can do a little glide move out of it. So if you get the fast one like that, you could just hold your left stick bottom right, and then you'll get that little glide, or bottom left, other way. So like that. And then the two other misdirections are this one and this one. I don't really use these too much, but it's pretty much the same exact way, except for this one, instead of bottom left, you're going to be flicking straight to the left for the first flick to get the between the legs. And for this one, you're going to be flicking diagonal up instead of down to get the little crossover. And then the last move that you don't need a Sig requirement for is this hop back right here. You know, everybody spams this hop. I spam it too. You know, it's a part of a lot of people's bags. So it's really easy. All you got to do for this is just hold your left stick straight down and then flick your right stick towards the ball hand. So hold down, flick it to the right. Hold down, flick it to the right. Hold down, flick it to the left. So pretty easy, right? And the only other Sig, or the only other move I can think of that you don't need a Sig for is this right here. A little glide out of the misdirection. And I'll just show it to you guys now. So you already learned how to do the misdirection. So you're just going to want to do the misdirection and then hold LT and diagonal down. So if you're starting with the ball in the right hand, you do the misdirection, the ball is going to end up in the left hand. So you're going to want to hold bottom right and LT, just like that. And you got to do it pretty quick too. If you don't do it quick enough, it'll just like, if you don't do it quick enough, it just won't give you it. It'll give you something like that. So that's pretty much it for the basics. So now I'm going to get into showing you guys my Sigs, all the Sigs I use, and how to use them. Okay, so first, I'm going to just give you guys a rundown of the Sigs I use. So we got my step back. We got the Jimmy Butler step back like that. All you want to do for this is just flick down. This is what it looks like running to the side. This is a big reason why I like it. So you could spam it. You go like this and just spam it. And Sig size up, I like the Kobe White because it goes like that and it looks clean going into hop jumpers, into a misdirection, or out of a misdirection, or out of a momentum. I think it just looks clean. It's the cleanest looking one. For my escape, I use Kobe. And the reason I use Kobe is for these two combo moves right here. It looks like pro combo moves from last year. So to do this, you're just going to want to have Kobe escape on, and then if the ball's in the left hand, hold turbo and flick to the right, then back to the left really quick. And you get these little two combo moves right here. Let me get my adrenaline back. So other things in this escape, you have this. I like this move a lot. This move into the hop back is pretty nice. You could just spam this if you're, if you end up like down in the mid-range area. If you get down here, you could do this a little bit, and then you're back at the 3. So that's pretty much it for the escape. It also has this move, but I don't really like this move too much. This is the same as those through the legs I showed you before, but reverse. So you'd flick towards the ball hand and then to the opposite ball hand. I don't really use this at all, but it's still part of the escape package. So my go-to shot, I use Sigs like this. Pretty self-explanatory, right? It's just as a little between the legs and a crossover, and you could cancel out of it. So you could go like that, and to cancel out of it, you're just going to want to do it like that. So just hold your right stick up without turbo. A lot of people do it with turbo, but whenever I do it with turbo, it gives me a breakdown, so it messes me up. So I do it without turbo, and then to get a crossover out of it, I hold my left stick top left and then flick top left on my right stick to get the cross. So just like that. Or you could do it between the legs like that, but it's pretty easy once you get it down. And I also use this because you could cancel out of that, out of between the legs right there, into the escape. You could do it into the Eric Gordon. You could really do it into any standing move. You could do it into momentum. So the only thing I don't like is this side. It looks like that. I don't really like it too much, but I don't really use that side. So next, my spin. Obviously, I'm using penny to get that little spin right there. And you can do it out of a bunch of moves, which I will get into. But for now, if you just want to learn how to do the spin normally, you're going to want to be going to this side with the ball in the hand, like closest to you. So like the backside hand. And then you're going to spin your left or your right stick from about 12 down to 3 or 4 o'clock clockwise. So like this. Right? But if you're going the other way, it'd be the opposite. It'd be counterclockwise. Just like that. And it also has a half spin animation, which looks like this. And I'll get into that more later. I'll get into how to cancel that and how to use it effectively. But two of the big things are my hop jumper and my breakdown. So for the breakdown, I'm using Eric Gordon. Obviously, right? I know you guys see my videos. Everyone watches me use Eric Gordon. So Eric Gordon, as you guys know, once you do it, it like freezes you for a little bit. So say I wanted to do momentum after, I would have to wait a second until I did it. But when you pair it with the hop jumper or a go-to shot, you can cancel it right away. See, look how much faster that is canceling it into the Jalen Suggs, right? Or if you do it into a hop jumper like that, it makes it so much smoother, right? And for the hop jumpers, I'll get more in depth with this, but basically you're just going to do the Eric Gordon and then immediately start holding down for a hop jumper, right? So that's about it for my regular Sigs, like the standstill moves and everything, but I still can show you guys the combo moves and my dribble style. So the reason why I use Donovan Mitchell style is because I mean, you could get away with using Levine. Well, not get away with it. Levine's probably better for most people, but I like how it gives you that little pause animation right there, right? So people might not be expecting me to do a crossover out of it. And with the little pause right there, it makes the crossover just like more explosive, I feel like, and more like unsuspected, more surprising. So I feel like I get open with that a lot compared to when I use Levine. But I also use it for this little animation right here, that little between the legs. You get it a glitchy version, or you could get that. And I'm going to be showing more in depth this move in the glitchy moves part at the end of the video. But so that's why I use that dribble style. And then for my combo moves, I use Devin Booker, and they look like this. I think it's probably the fastest combo moves for tall guards. You know, if you do it backwards, you get that fast speed boost right there. Say you're running back and you do it, it like launches you to the rim. But that's not completely why I use it. I also use it for this right here. That move right there, which to do that, you have to do a spin first, or you could just be running straight, but then it's not really that good. Then it just looks like that. But if you want to do that move out of a spin, you're just going to have to do a hezi right after. So flick to the left after the spin, just straight to the left, no turbo, and then wait it out like a half a second, and then flick to the right. So hezzy, and then flick to the right, and then it gives you that little crossover and it just launches you straight to the rim, which is why I like it. I get open off it all the time. So you could do that, you go to the rim, or you could do a walk back out of it, or another crossover or something, but I like to do this and then hop back. Usually it's at a better angle, but this is just for me showing you guys. So let's see. So like that. Okay, I'm messing it up now, but a lot of the times I'll go like that, and then I'll walk back like that to the 3, and I'll be an open 3. So yeah, that's all the Sigs I use. That's the basic Sigs. So now I'm gonna get into showing you guys how to use them, and I'm gonna go really in depth with the hop jumper after. Okay, so one more move I forgot to put in for my basic Sigs is my behind the back. Obviously, LaMelo behind the back, just like that. And you need a 91 ball handle for this. So if you can't get it, if you can't get LaMelo behind the back, I would put on either SGA, or I like DeRozan, but you use those a little bit differently. So for my tutorial, I'm going to be using the behind the back I use, which is LaMelo. And I like it because it looks like the 2K20 behind the back, right? And it's pretty explosive, pretty good. It looks clean. You know, a lot of the behind the backs, they don't really look too clean. I like the way this one looks, so it doesn't like mess up the clip because it's ugly. You know what I mean? So for this, obviously, you guys know how to do it behind the back. You're just going to hold turbo, hold top left, and then flick bottom left with your right stick, just like that. But the thing that's good about this behind the back, the reason I like it, is because it ends so quickly, right? The other behind the backs play out for a while unless you cancel it with a crossover like that, which is just flicking top left after the behind the back. But with this one, right, it cancels like right away. So I could do that, and then I could do a walk back out of it. So behind the back, and then a walk back. And I get open like 90% of the time when I do this. I'm like, that's not made up. I get open all the time when I do this, even against other dribblers. They'll expect it coming and they still don't because it's so quick, right? And then I just do that, and then I pull off it really quick. So you could do that, or you could do a hop, or you could do a hop back instead, like that. Let me get my stamina back. So you could do the walk back, or you could do the hop back like that. But I like the walk back better, to be honest, out of this. But yeah, that's the LaMelo behind the back right there. The standing animation's not great. It looks like this, so I don't really use this at all. Kind of lame, but that's why I use the LaMelo behind the back. But for the how to use them part, basically all these moves chain together pretty well. So like the step backs and the misdirections and the breakdowns, compared with the hop jumper, they all flow pretty good together, right? So maybe if I just got the ball up here, I'll do something like a momentum and a step back into a misdirection into that little glide thing. Or I'll do another misdirection into that, and then the dribble style to the rim. Or I'll do my hop jumper into a hop back. So there's a lot of things you could do with it. So like this, for example. And some of these moves I'm doing right now are in the hop jumper, which I will get into soon, but like you could do some combos like that and it's pretty fast, right? So yeah, y'all could just see on the controller cam what I'm doing, right? These are some just example combos right here. So now I'm gonna really get into the hop jumper, and one of the big things about this hop jumper is right here, like this. If you do that animation right there, you get the speed jumper glitch, and this is just ball in your left hand, hold bottom right. Unless you're righty, then you would do it to the other side. But once you do that, it gives you the little speed glitch. It's been in the game for a couple years now, and now all my moves just look faster, right? Like it just looks glitchier. So now if I wanted to do something like this, like it looks a lot glitchier, or if I'm spamming this right here, you could tell that it looks glitchy, right? I mean, if you can't tell, let me know, but I'm pretty sure I could tell. And it also looks good and moves like this. You know, it just makes it look faster. So anyways, besides from the speed glitch, with this hop jumper, it's really got two of my main animations in this right there. So that, and then this. Not that. That right there, that little hezzy. So my favorite one, obviously, is this one. I use it all the time, and you could do it out of the triple threat, which is why I really like this hop jumper. Before you dribble the ball, you could do it like that. And my favorite thing to do out of this is a spin. So it gives you the perfect angle for a spin, like that. So for this, I already showed you guys how to spin, but you're going to want to do the hop jumper, which for this one, if the ball's in your left hand, you're going to hold turbo and hold your right stick straight to the right. and it'll give you that. And for the spin out of it, just like I said before, spin from 12 to about 3 clockwise like this, and you'll get the spin. But the tricky part is you want to be holding up so that it like keeps your player moving. If you don't hold up, it'll just look like that, right? So you got to hold up like that so that it like cancels it, and you can do it into a spin like that. And another thing I like to do out of the Dillon Brooks is just a walk back. So, okay, it's not even working right now, but I like to do a walk back out of the Dillon Brooks, which is just that into a, okay, I really don't know why it's not working. Sometimes this happens in the my court. So just like that. I got to do a back court sometimes. So let me show you guys back court. So just like that. So the hop jumper into a walk back. And this is like something I use to start off my combos a lot, right? So just like that. And then I'll get into a go-to shot or an Eric Gordon or something like that. But to do this, you're going to want to do the hop jumper like I said, and then hold your left stick down and then flick bottom left. So you'll get that little between the legs animation like that. All right. And then another thing, pretty similar, I like to do the hop out of it like that. So if I'm like right by the 3-point line, I'll do this out of the triple threat, and then I'll do a hop back, and then I'll either shoot off it or I'll get started into my combos. Like I'll do that. So pretty easy, right? Just do the hop jumper and then hold down and flick straight to the right, and you'll get that little hop back right there. So that's about it for that animation right there. There's more stuff you could do with it, which I'll be showing in the glitchy move section. But for the basics, it's just the walk back, the hop back, and the spin. You can also do, I'll throw this in right now. You can also do this, an in and out of it, which I like doing. So you could do an in and out and then do the in and out into a walk back or something. So, you know, people will think you're going forward and then you'll hop back like that. And to do this, it's similar to the spin. You do the hop jumper and then you hold up so that it cancels the animation, and then you just flick up on your right stick and it'll give you that in and out right there. So you could do that, run to the rim, do a crossover, or what I like to do is you could do the in and out and then hop back like that. So if I'm like around here, around the semicircle, you know, I'll do it, in and out, hop back right at the 3. And you can also do combo moves out of it instead of the in and out, like this, which I think is pretty clean too, but the in and out's just more consistent. It gets kind of inconsistent out of this, right? Like I got that by accident. So sometimes I don't really get it, but there, that's how it looks clean. And for that, it's the same as the in and out, but you want to flick up twice instead of once. So now for the other animation, this right here, not that either. That right there, pretty self-explanatory. Not much you can do out of it, but it just looks cool, right? There's not really too many good hezzies in the game, right? Like my regular hezzy just looks like this. I don't really like it. So this kind of gives you a hezzy to use. So for this, you're just going to want to have the ball in the right hand, hold turbo, and then hold your right stick top right, just like that, right? And my favorite moves to do it out of, I like doing it out of this right here, out of the Sig size up. So you would flick up twice to get the Sig size up, and then top right like that. Or I do it out of a momentum, I do it out of a misdirection, and I like it out of the misdirection because like you start going towards the left, and then you do the hop, and then you go back to the right, if I could even do it. So you start going to the left. Hold on, let me get in the middle. Start going to the left, then back to the right. Just like that. So things that I do out of this are pretty limited. You could just do standstill moves. Like I like to do a momentum out of it like that, and then a hop back out of the momentum. That's probably my favorite combo right there. Let me get the speed glitch back so that it looks cleaner. All right. So Sig size up, hop jumper, momentum. Hold on. Wow, I'm messing up. So Sig size up. Oh my God. Sig size up, hop jumper, momentum, hop back. A little sloppy, but you guys get what I'm saying. So another thing I like to do out of it is similar to the other animation, just a regular hop back. So like that, and then right like into my combos. So and then I start my combo from there. All right. So not too much you could do out of it. You can do a crossover. If you run, you just got to run a little bit first, which is why I don't really do it too much. So you could go like that. I mean, it's pretty good. It works sometimes for me, but not too much. So it's all right. But the thing I like about this animation is you could do it out of anything. Like I explained before, like out of the step back, out of the misdirection. Okay, I just can't do it out of the misdirection for some reason right now, but out of the sig size up, out of the momentum. You can do it out of everything, right? So those are the two standstill animations for Dillon Brooks. Now for the moving animations, which is where Eric Gordon comes in, he doesn't have too many special ones, like too many ones that are just like significant to him, but it's got the basic ones. It's got these, not that. It's, every time I record this, I mess these up, but it's got that right there. It's got it to this side too, and it's just got like the basic step backs like that out of it. So for these, you're just gonna want to do your Eric Gordon. And then right when you do the Eric Gordon, you're going to start holding your right stick straight to the right. Not like if you do it too late, it'll look like this. You'll get that little animation right there. But if you do it right, it'll look like that. And that's like the sideways one. And it's the same thing going to this side, except just opposite way, like invert the inputs, right? So out of this, I do this and then I run a little bit and I'll do a crossover. This is the main thing I do out of this. So right like that, run into a crossover, and you would think it won't work because there's a little pause, but it just brings you so far over to the left that it's hard to stop sometimes. All right, so like that, into a crossover. Or you could also do, just like a lot of other moves, a lot of other hop jumpers, you could do it into a hop back like that and then shoot off it. Those are my two favorites. But another thing, for some reason with the Dillon Brooks, when you do it to this side, the spin doesn't really work too well. It's at a bad angle, so it gives you that a lot. But if you do it going to the other side, the right side, you could do that and you can get a spin out of it, right? So like that. So same thing, just other inputs, but instead of holding up and doing a crossover or hopping back, you're gonna hold up and then do a spin. Just like the same out of this one. Same thing as I explained before. Same thing as I explained before out of the Dillon Brooks, except it's just a couple more steps, right? So the Eric Gordon into the hop jumper and then hold up and spin. Right, like that. And then to do a crossover out of it, if you guys don't know how to do that, you're just gonna want to flick top right or top or straight to the right and you'll get it between the legs, or behind the back for bottom right. Right, just like that. So pretty much that's about it for the hop jumper. I mean, you have the same thing as those, but you also have the step backs. You could spin out of those, right? You have that too, but I like the other animations better. You could do those if you want to, but that's not really what I like to do too much. So yeah, that's about it for the hop jumper. So now I'll get into showing you guys some more glitchy, more advanced moves. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys some more advanced moves. So some glitchy moves and then some moves that aren't really glitchy but just harder to do, right? So first I'm gonna show you guys the spin jumper cancel. So like this right here, that right there, the spin jumper cancel. You don't have to do it moving, you can do it out of that. You can do a crossover, and I know a lot of people know how to do this right now, so you may not consider it a glitch move, but it's pretty glitchy. It's one of the more glitchy moves on this game. So for this is why you want to have Keegan Murray spin jumper on, right? And for this, you could do it standing still. I like to do it, if I'm standing still, I like to do it out of Eric Gordon like that, but you can just be standing here and then just do that. But it's definitely the cleanest out of a spin, right? Like that. See, look how glitchy that looks. But to do this, let's practice it out of a spin. So I'm going to explain it how to do it out of a spin. So first, you could start off by using the Dillon Brooks into a spin, right? So like that, and then do it between the legs. Or a crossover, either or, doesn't matter. So just flick to the side and get that between the legs. And then once you do it, you're gonna wanna spin your stick. Hold on. Once you do it, you're gonna wanna spin your stick like this. But the trick is, see, if you just spin your stick normally, you'll get that half spin right there. So the trick is you wanna hold it, right? Instead of letting it go, once you spin, you're gonna hold it at the top like that. And it's gonna give you the spin jumper. And you can only do this with Keegan Murray, but once you get that down, once you get holding the spin jumper down, holding the half spin down, you're going to want to hold down on your left stick and then flick top left on your right stick to get that crossover. So the way it cancels is you hold down like this, and I didn't do a crossover there, but if you do a crossover, it will just like give you one, and It's pretty explosive out of it. So y'all see how to do that, right? So spin, hold your left stick down. Sometimes I mess it up even, so if you're messing it up, don't beat yourself up about it. I mess it up a lot too. But right, just spin, crossover, spin, hold it, hold down on your left stick, and then do a crossover. So I know I'm not the best at explaining, but we got the hand cam to help us out, right? And my favorite things to do out of this are a between the legs, like that, into another half spin. So let me show you guys what that looks like. Hold on. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. It looks like this. Okay, I can't do it. Let me, one more try. Right, it looks like that right there. And I think that looks pretty clean. So to do that, you're just going to want to do what I showed before. Hold down, flick to the left to get the between the legs, and then spin your stick this way for the crossover, or for the half spin, just like that, if you're going to that side. So clockwise from about 6 all the way up to top left, right? So just like that. And my other favorite thing to do out of it is, like I showed you guys before, the combo moves. So like this. I can never do my moves when I'm recording, right? But it looks like this with the combo moves. Like that, I get open pretty much every time when I do that. So for that, it's the same exact thing, except when you hold down, instead of flicking top left, you're gonna, I don't know what that was, but instead of flicking top left, you're gonna flick straight to the right to get the little hezzy, just like that. So it should look like that at first, and then once you add the second step, once you get that down, then you just flick back to the left again. So you'll get the little combo moves, like I explained how to do the combo moves before. So that's a spin jumper cancel right there. Now I'm gonna show you guys the half spin cancel. So pretty similar, except this has to do with your hop jumper or your go-to shot, right? So you could do the same thing like this, same thing, same start as the spin jumper cancel, but instead of holding it, you're gonna let go. So it's just a regular half spin like that. And now what I mean by cancel is in the middle of the half spin animation, I'm gonna do another hop jumper, or I'm gonna do my go-to shot. So to do this, you're gonna wanna get into the half spin, and then once your player turns facing forward, once he's about facing the rim, like where you would be, like here, like where my player is right now, once he gets to that point in the half spin, you're gonna wanna hold your right stick to whatever direction you want for the hop jumper. So for this, I'm doing this little animation right here out of it. So I do a half spin, and then once I face forward, I hold top right on my right stick. So again, half spin, hold top right. And it's pretty easy once you get this down. And you could also do it, say I'm going this way, or really just the animation you get depend on your hop jumper, right? Or your go-to, but for these, to say I'm going this, okay, okay. But say I'm going this way, all right, let's try again. Do a half spin, and then I hold straight to the left, and then I get the Dylan Brooks right there. So this is a pretty cool little combo right here. You know, you could do this into a spin, into another half spin cancel like that, into a hop back, and that's a pretty good clip by itself right there. You mix it into a combo, and you got a 6-worthy clip right there. But you can also do a go-to shot out of it. So with Suggs, if I'm doing it this way, once I get to about right there, I could do my go-to shot. So right, that'll throw people off a lot. If I do a spin, then I do the go-to into the crossover to the rim, that'll throw people off. So this is the same thing. Once you get forward, just start holding up on your right stick, just like that. All right, so pretty easy. So the next move I'm gonna show you guys is the Mally spin. Now, this is glitchy, obviously. Like that, right there. It's glitchy, but shout out to Mally. Mally found this move last year. It's his move. Not gonna lie, I didn't really ask him if I could put the move in this tutorial. So Mally, if you're watching this, my bad. But I know people have dropped tutorials on it before, but just bear with me because I'm not that good at it. To be completely honest, I'm not great at the Mally spin, but I know how to do it, as you guys just saw before. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it, but even if I'm not hitting it, it's the right inputs. It's just pretty inconsistent for me. So for the Mally spin, you're gonna wanna start like that, right? So you're just gonna wanna start with a crossover or something out of a spin at about that angle. I also like to do it out of this, just like that right there. But I don't know, it's whatever you like it best out of, but to do it, you're gonna wanna do the crossover, and then you're gonna spin your stick that way, like that, right? So from about, it's like you're doing a half spin to the wrong direction. So it should look like that if you mess up. So do a half spin, like, I don't know why, sometimes it gives me that, but that's how you do it. That's the animation you want right there. You want this, And then to get the actual Mally spin, you're gonna do that. You're gonna spin your stick like that after the crossover. And then you're gonna start holding your right stick immediately after you do the spin. You hold your right stick straight to the left. All right, so spin, hold your left stick to the left. And I mean, like I said, I mess it up a lot. I'm not that great at it, but I do know how to do it. So that's a couple mess ups, but you guys can trust me. These are the right inputs. You just got to get the right angle and the right animation. If you guys aren't getting it out of a crossover, you could try it out of this. Not that, out of this right here. I'm a little more consistent with it that way. Right, so for this, just do the spin, tap LT, and then flick bottom left to get that little slow between the legs right there. And then it's the same inputs as before. So do the spin and then hold your left stick to the side, right? Like I said, I'm not great at it. I only hit it once. So this is how you do it, but don't get mad at me. I can't really do it too well. So that animation right there that I just did, that I just got by accident, is actually what I was going to show you guys next. I know Kersell found this. I saw it on his story, but kind of added some more to it, found some other stuff you could do it out of, and it's very similar to the Mally spin. It's literally the exact same thing. It just depends on the angle. So for this, you got to be at that angle right there. So you're going to want to do this, and I could only do this out of this right here, out of this. Oh, well, I got the Mally spin now, but I can only do it out of that between the legs right there, like I just showed you guys. So tap LT, then do the between the legs. But for this, same thing, right? Spin your stick this way again, and then hold bottom left. Except for this one, you're not holding straight to the left, you're holding bottom left, right? And it gives you that little glitch spin right there. And this one I'm actually consistent with. So I know you guys think like that hop jumper looks pretty ugly out of it, but the little glide move out of it is what makes the move look good. So right, so you'll get the spin, and now I'm getting the Mally spin every time. But you'll get the spin, right, like I said, and I can't even do it right now apparently. But you'll get the spin, and then you're just gonna hold your left stick bottom left, and you'll get that little glide right there. So no turbo. After you get this, okay, now when I'm not even trying to do it, all I get is the Mally spin. But let me try again for you guys. Oh, okay, I don't really know what's going on, but you guys saw the inputs from when I did this move before, and now maybe those inputs will help you guys with the Mally spin more. So there we go, like that. And then you hold your left stick bottom left to get that little glide move. Now, if you can't get this, I don't blame you. I mean, some people would say I'm one of the top dribblers on here, and I still can't even get these moves every time, right? So don't get mad at yourself if you can't do it. You might just have to practice. There we go, like that. So that's that move. And next move, I got about 3 more moves for you guys, maybe 4. So this one, not really a glitch move, but I forgot to put it in before. It's just the little between the legs after a nutmeg, right? It's pretty glitchy, and if you have the hop jumper glitch on, it looks even more glitchy. So for this, you don't have to do it behind the back, but I think that's the easiest way to get into a nutmeg. So behind the back, nutmeg, and then like that. So for the nutmeg, you're gonna want to do the behind the back and then flick bottom right and then top right, like right away. So bottom right, top right, and it'll give you that little nutmeg. And it's hard to explain what I'm doing with my left stick. I'm kind of rotating it, kind of not, but you guys can see the inputs, right? So I do the nutmeg, and then I kind of rotate my stick down so that I get it the right angle. And then once I get at that angle, I'm just holding turbo and then flicking my right stick straight to the right, and I'll get that little between the legs. All right, so that's that move right there. I know a lot of people like that move, but not too glitchy, pretty basic, right? So the next one I'm going to show you guys is the 720 spin, which looks like, if I could even do it, I kind of forget how to do it, to be completely honest. Oh wait, no I don't. So like that right there, the 720 spin. So for this, similar to the Mally, you want to start with the spin and then do a crossover, and then you're going to want to spin your right stick after the crossover from like 6 to around 3 counterclockwise. So like this way, right? And you want to get that little backward spin right there. And then this move's easy. You know, once you get that, you're just going to hold turbo and then flick top left. So right, so do the spin, flick top left right there, and it'll spin you all the way around like that. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but right, you guys get it. This one's pretty easy. I don't know why I'm messing up right now. This is probably the easiest glitch move in the game. So just like that. So spin back and then flick top left while holding turbo. All right, so now I'm gonna show you guys these 2 moves right here. They kind of go together. this, and I'm going to explain this like I showed before, the dribble style move, that right there. So first I'm going to show you guys this one, which is the easier one, or not easier, but it's easier to look glitchy while doing it, right? So for this, you want to start the same way as if you're doing a momentum. So you just flick up like that, right? And then once you flick up like that, you're going to start holding turbo, and you're going to hold your left stick like this, like top right, about right here. You guys can look at the hand cam, about right there. And then you're going to want to rotate it all the way over to the left side. So like this. So you're going to be holding turbo. So you're going to no turbo, flick up, hold turbo, and then rotate all the way around. Sometimes you'll mess it up, right? I get it pretty much every time, but I do mess it up sometimes still. So just like that. Pretty easy once you get it down. Again, my bad if I'm not good at explaining. That's why I have the hand cam. So you guys could slow it down if you need. But I like doing this out of a spin. Not directly out of a spin, but if you do a spin and then a crossover like that, you could do it at that angle. So you want to do the crossover, pause for a moment, let your players stay still for like half a second, maybe even less, and then do the exact inputs I just showed you. It's still the same way. You don't have to change anything else. But this way, it turns you all the way around, right? Like that. So if you do it standing still, it doesn't turn you as far around. Actually, it kind of is turning me that far around right now, but right, it doesn't turn you as far around most of the time. But another reason why I like this is because out of the spin is because you could do it like this, and then you could do the spin jumper glitch like I showed you guys before, and it looks really clean. And sometimes it even looks extra glitchy like that right there. So that's just, if you guys want to get glitchy, these are pretty good moves to do it with, right? So now the other version of it is the Donovan Mitchell dribble style. I know you could also do it with Jalen Green and it looks even better, but I don't like that dribble style at all, so I just use this. So for this, all I'm doing is running one way, right? So I get that little pause right there, and then running the other way, pretty much. So just like that, and it gives me that little between the legs right there. And I know you guys are thinking like, this doesn't look that glitchy, but once you like figure out how to manipulate the left stick with this, it looks really glitchy, right? So let me try and do it right here. So like that, boom, right? And I don't get it every time still either, but when you get it right, it looks like that. So for this, right, like I said, you're just going to want to run one way. So I'm right here. I'm going to do my combo moves. I'm going to run to the left and then back to, and then hold my stick to the right. So left, right, just like that. And if you do it this way, if you want to get this one, you could do a step back out of it. You could do that and then do a crossover, right? You could do this. Hold on. You could do this and do a walk back. You could do this into a step back like that. So pretty good, right? But what we're here for, the glitchy part, is this one right here, right? Which it's the same thing, except again, I'm not going to be great at explaining this, but I'm just like kind of rotating my left stick a little bit weirdly after I run to the other way. So I'm running to the left and then kind of holding to the left, or I'm running to the right, then I'm kind of holding to the left and then rotating it even more to the left, right? So then it gives you like, it goes more of an angle. And then so once you get this down, let me try and do it a couple times so you guys can see the hand cam. So once you get this down, I like doing that move that I just did right there out of it. It looks like moves from old games that I used to do a lot. A lot of people used to do a lot, but for that, once you get that through the legs animation that I've been showing, that right there, you're just going to flick bottom right. And pretty self-explanatory, that part. It's just this part that you have to get down, right? And then this, I like doing and do a hop jump or something like that. Not like that, actually. Hold on. Okay, I'm not really getting the right angle, but like for this move, it's kind of similar to the Eric Gordon. It doesn't, like, you can't cancel it right away, so you got to do either a hop jump or something. So it's pretty slow, but I like doing it this way. If I could do it this way, which is, I have more trouble for some reason doing it this way. But if I could do it this way, I'll do that into a go-to shot, and that's probably one of my cleanest glitch moves. I only have like 2 clips with that move, but you know, it's pretty good. So that's all the moves I got for you guys today. Let me know in the comments if I did forget any moves. I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I have everything. I wrote everything down and I went through the list as I was recording, right? So I don't think I forgot anything, but if there's anything I left out that you guys still want to learn, just let me know. Just leave a comment or text me on TikTok, Twitter, anything, Discord. I have all my socials are in the description. So yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Appreciate it. Peace.